Well, hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to Aries Moon Arcana. I am Kaya, and this is going to be a general tarot reading for your sign for July 2020. Look at that. How fabulous. I just want to say really quick, if you are returning, you will notice that my old schedule didn't have anything coming out because I changed the whole schedule over the last week. There were just too many things going on, and it wasn't working for me. So now I'm going to start doing a weekly reading once a week for everybody. So my new schedule can be found in the description box below if you're interested in checking that out, or you're like, I want to see this girl all the time. That's how you can find me. So anyway, let's get right into it. So for July, I pulled an oracle message for you guys. I got the Three of Pentacles. So I'm getting the feeling that collaboration and working with people is going to be very important at this time in July. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Could mean that you're working on stuff in the house, in the home structure. Could be at work. It could be with a new job. It could be in a band. It could be anything. So let us get into it so that we can find more details, shall we? I also changed my little setup a little bit because it's just a little more purty. More plants, more plants, more plants. I got a problem. I got a plant problem. I buy too many of them. All right, let's cleanse the energies. Just all about Scorpio now. Cleanse, 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 cleanse. We want a blank slate. Nice and clear. Fabulous. And I'm gonna start with my golden universals. And let's do it. All right, Scorps, what's happening, y'all? What's going on? How's your summer? I hope it's great. Mine's pretty good. I'm also a Scorpio, so that's kind of relevant, right? Why not? All right, we got the Three of Pentacles for Scorpio. So in July, we got something surrounding the idea of collab, compatibility, opening up, ability to communicate with people in a good way and really work well together. You want to be working well with people. So maybe you're not and you feel like you want to work on it. Maybe you are and you're super proud of yourself. Let's find out. We get the Hanged Man reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed has come up in every reading I've done so far today. Seven of Swords reversed. And then the Queen of Wands. I think you're getting over some stuff. And it's making you just feel a little bit more open to people and more trusting. I think that I know that we've talked about some issues in the past that you were going through, some ex stuff, some relationship problems. I think that in July you're really coming into your own and really moving past it. I think for a while you were feeling kind of stagnant about your feelings and not really moving past it. That's changing now. It's changing, and it's like you're like, finally it's happening, because there is some sort of betrayal or some sort of shitty thing that happened that you're finally getting over. It could have been a while ago, could have just happened, and you're just like, I'm done, I don't give a shit. But you're bringing it like this. The Queen of Wands is here at the end of the reading, and she's looking away. She's looking this way. She's like, ugh, I don't have time for that shit. Like, I don't fucking care. This is like in the past shit. This is like, I'm done fucking healing and dealing with this. And now I think maybe this has to do with trust. So kind of learning to develop your trust in people again after this like betrayal bullshit. It's possible somebody apologizes to you and comes back to you saying, I'm sorry I fucked with you so hard, but you're done like sitting on this. You don't like feeling the way you've been feeling and you want to just fucking move out of it. But you've been doing a good job. I feel like you haven't been impulsively just ignoring it. I think you've been really healing and doing it well. And so apology or not, I think you're finding yourself in a much better place. And I think it's making you feel more able to trust, which is really, really, really important for Scorps. Because it is a tough thing to let people in, isn't it, y'all? All right, so we've got the Hanged Man reversed. You're just like, I'm ready to fucking get out of this feeling. Actually, I'm gonna do the Hanged Man reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed because they're speaking to me like they're two peas in a pod right now. So let's see here. What do we have for Scorpio? We get the Hanged Man reversed with the Knight of Swords reversed. Just like ready to come out of hiding almost, you know, like maybe you've been really isolating yourself through your healing process because, you know, that's what you do. Magician, Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, Four of Cups reversed. I love when that shows up with Hanged Man reversed. They just make so much sense to me together. Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands again. I mean, you're really, really, really like, I'm fucking ready to move on. You're at kind of the beginning stages of like opening yourself up again, Page of Swords, because you still have a little bit of trust issue. You don't like when people are manipulative, and you're really, really, really smart radar when it comes to that stuff because I think you've got pretty goddamn good boundaries, or you've just experienced so much shit and so many manipulative situations or unavailable partners that you just like know what doesn't feel right, and you're really on top of your game this time. And you're just like manifesting the shit out of your new life. You want to like be this King of Pentacles vibe. You want the fucking whole world. You want everything that you want. You want to be comfortable, settled. You want to be in a long-term relationship here. You want to be settled. You want to be solid. You want to be loved and happy and have everything that you've ever dreamed of at your fingertips because you created it and made it happen. And you know that you're not going to get anywhere sitting in your Hanged Man energy, right? So you're ready to fucking move the fuck on and move out of that energy. And it's like a blast. It's a burst. Four of Cups reversed is like pew, sudden inspiration, suddenly over it, getting over it, getting out of it, wanting new things, taking a new job, getting a promotion, going to find new sources of income, something that like will add and lead to this King of Pentacles energy. Because that Queen of Wands, bro, what am I saying? She's like, I'm moving on, I'm out of it, I'm done, I don't give a fuck. I really want the life that I want, and like, I'm not gonna be able to get that if I'm just looking at all the pain that I've inflicted, or just the past people that have done this to me. I like, if I focus on them too much, I'm not getting anywhere. And you're really like, I think you're ready to love again. I think you're ready to trust again. As far as a Scorpio can trust, right? I think you're ready for that. I think you're going to be really developing your skills with that stuff. Plus, all that shit that you've gone through has really, really, really helped improve how you communicate in a relationship, in terms of not like de-escalation or like non-violent communication styles, which doesn't always have to be actual physical violence, but just, you know, making sure you've got your boundaries up. I just think you have learned a lot. And I think you are finally ready to put some of that shit into practice, which is the fun part, right? Because you want to practice what you preach, because I think you give a lot of advice to people that you love, and you're like, I want that too. So now I'm feeling like there's, like I said, I think there might be some sort of apology, or the fact that you don't even fucking need one anymore. You're like, I don't give a shit. I'm fucking over it. And I'm like feeling myself and feeling groovy, and I don't care. Say whatever you want. The Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, and then the Six of Pentacles. So it's possible that it could be an ex, somebody that like runs a business, or is an Aries. It's possible. And I think you felt kind of on your own throughout that whole time, and and now you're just like, I'm on my own and I'm single and I'm loving it. And like, there was no balance in that relationship. Things were really imbalanced and really shitty. And I think you're ready to just move past it. I don't even know if it's like forgive and forget, because I don't know if forgiveness is possible or forgetting is possible for a Scorpio. But it's more like there comes a time in every Scorpio's life when we just don't give a shit anymore. At all. And it's not even like faking it or pretending or being like, no, I don't care, whatever, do whatever you want. It's like legit, we're like, who's that? I don't fucking care. And it's like, you know that about yourself. So every time you go through a breakup, you just like wait for that sweet, delicious moment where you're like, oh, I don't give a shit. Yes, like finally, I finally feel that way. And that's where you're coming. That's where you're headed in July. You're finally getting to that sick ass, awesome fucking Scorpio moment. I don't give a fuck. And I get to just live my life back on my own goddamn terms, do the things I want to fucking do, and I don't have to worry about all y'all bullshit. I love it. I fucking love it. Because this was like, you might even be starting your own business. Maybe you were like inspired by the person you were with who had a business and you're like, I can fucking do that. I'm going to take what I learned from that relationship and I'm going to be better at it. And I'm going to be better than that other person was. And that was like maybe like a fuel to your fire for a little bit. And then it just leads you to being like, I don't even care. I'm just doing my own thing because I love it. So I see some good stuff. And you know, that person might even like see your energy that's like flourishing and like, you know, when your energy really, really does release and you don't give a shit anymore, typically Scorpios really give a shit a lot for a really, really long time about someone specifically. Like when we're in love, that's like our world, right? Yeah, that sucks, but you know it's true. And so that person becomes really accustomed to you giving a shit about them, whether it's like for better or for worse, basically. And so energetically, even if you're not even talking to this person, energetically, once you're out, like for real, and you're not like constantly thinking about it, once you're fucking done and you really, truly, in your deepest parts of your soul, don't give a shit, that person can feel it. And they're like, where's my Scorpio? Where's my obsessive Scorpio that was like, gave a shit about me so much for all those years or all that time? They don't feel it anymore. And then they start to think about it, and then they might come back and give you a little like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm really sorry for blah, 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 blah. And then by that point, you're like, okay, cool. Appreciate it. And I know that some of you were like hungry for that. You want your ex to come back and be like, I'm sorry. And you're like, yeah, you should be, dumbass. How could you possibly lose me? Right? You're like in that like, yeah, whatever. But really you like want it really bad. I think soon you're not going to give a fuck. And you're going to be like, I'm ready to move into the new life. Queen of Wands. 3 of Pentacles, trust building. You are like, I'm going to go for someone I can build trust with and actually trust. I'm not doing this shit again. You're like, I'm having a new life. I want a new style of collaboration. I want a new relationship. Or you're like, I don't even want a fucking relationship. I just want to go like hang out with my friends and start a band and work at my job that I love and like start new projects and work with other people and like get this whole fucking shit out of my brain. So you want to start a new life, and I see it having a lot to do with your improved communication based on the experiences that you've had. So let's get some more details about that. Let's get some Queen of Wands details. We want to know about this new life that you're excited about and how you have all these new fabulous skills because you don't want the imbalance that you had before, right? 6 of Pentacles reversed. You don't want that shit. You want what you want, and you want it good. 2 of Swords, got some choices. 3 of Wands, Tower reversed. Like I said, I think that X is coming back. I do. And I think you will have that choice to make. And I think you will leave. I think you will say, no thank you, please, bye-bye. I'm not getting any new life cards from this. I'm seeing like the story play out where the 7 of Swords reversed comes back, the X comes back to say, sorry, you've got a choice to make. Do you accept their apology and like entertain possibly trying to work out and collaborate with all the things you've learned? Maybe you feel like you can make it better and can make the relationship better because you were a part of it too, right? They can't just, you're not a victim, you were a part of it. I think you decide to go. 3 of Wands. I think you decide you're too excited about looking at your new life, Queen of Wands here and the 3 of Wands here. You're too excited about what's next and what's possible now that you have all this new information and these new communication styles. And also, I think you've really solidified what you know your love language to be. And now you're like, I'm only going to be with people that are compatible with me. And you already know that this person is not compatible with you because that already happened. The breakup already happened. The shitty parts already happened. You already know the information. So you will have a choice to make. Now, not every single Scorpio is incompatible with their ex all the time. That's just not reality because I'm talking to all the Scorpios. So I think that we're split here now, right? We get split between the 2 different types of Scorpios here because now we're like, all right, we're split. Now the ex comes back because they recognize it. And maybe you're not totally over it, or maybe you are totally over it and don't give a shit, but you're still willing to give them the time of day. So there's 2 different Scorpios here now. We've split. One of them is going to be like, you know what? We are super compatible and there were a lot of problems. And like, I believe you that you want to make changes. And I think that we can use healthier communication and better communication to make this work this time. And I think that it'll be, if it doesn't work out, it won't be because of you, because you have learned so much and you know so much about what your needs are. So it's possible, but that's only for the Scorpios that have an ex that they know deep in their soul they are like destined for, or have a soulmate feeling for, like a bond, a real bond, and there's something keeping them from being together, some sort of issue. Those are the Scorpios that like, hey man, I've been in that place too, and I've definitely been like, okay, well, let's get back together, because now I feel better about it. It didn't work out ultimately because we were incompatible, but it took a long time to figure that out, right? So, but then there's the other Scorpios, and I think that's the majority of the ones, just from the vibes I'm getting here. The other Scorpios that are like, but I'm too excited about my new life, and because I don't give a shit anymore, now I'm just like, it's just such an easy decision because the painful parts have already happened. It's already in the past. So you're like, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm kind of living the dream, or like I'm going towards the dream. And my dream includes full-on compatibility, and like my love language is being respected and like understood and like just naturally worked with. So you want, that's what you want. You want your love language to be, you want somebody that's compatible with your love language. That's what I'm realizing this Three of Pentacles is, because that collaboration that you want, that communication that you want someone that it's easy with, or at least not so challenging all the time, right? You want it to be natural, and you know that those people are out there. So I think you're willing to sacrifice this whole ex mess to see what else is out there. You brave soul. I think that's the trust that you're building too, right? With yourself. So let's see, are there any outcome cards or maybe messages that we missed? We just want to wrap this shit up, put a bow on it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got for Scorps for July? Knight of Cups reversed and the King of Swords. I'm telling you guys, the majority of the Scorpios here watching this are not going to fall for their ex coming back, because we get the Knight of Cups in reverse, right? So someone's coming back, but it's not going to be everything you want it to be, and it's probably going to be lame and not going to be the way that you think it should have been done. So like the apology is coming, but it's going to be like half-assed or not the way that you needed it to be, because that motherfucker doesn't speak your love language. So you're like, why did you even bother? Like, you know that I don't respond to this type of thing, you know? So yeah, someone's coming back and you are done. You're done. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. It's not like mean. It's not a mean-spirited like, fuck you, because then that would imply that you do care. You just don't care. You're just like, I'm ready to cut you out of my life altogether, and like ready to not, like now finally that apology coming in, finally you're like, thank you. That did kind of cinch things up nicely, right? It neatened it up. It put a bow on it. Thank you for that. But like, I'm so ready to move on. Cutting out of life. So yeah, you're really, really moving on, and you don't give a shit, and I love it so much. That's that I don't give a fuck energy that I'm talking about, baby. That's my favorite energy literally in the world. Oh my God, I love the like characters like that on TV. I fucking love all that shit. It cracks me up because I wish I could be like that. And I am in some ways. But anyway, Scorpios unite. Don't give a fuck. That's the idea. So yeah, that's pretty much it, Scorpio. So if you watched all the way through, it means that it resonated with you. And so please like, subscribe, comment, and share, because that really helps me know, you know, if I'm doing a good job or if there's anything I need to change or blah, 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 or, you know, just, it also helps, like the more comments people leave, the more people actually watch it, believe it or not. So it's very helpful for me. New schedule, as I said, is in the description box below, as is my Etsy store connection. It's called a link, Kaya. My Etsy store link is there too. I do personal readings. If you would like to hear me giggle and be silly about you can get it done anytime. I think that wraps up our business. I will see you guys next week. Thanks, Scorpio. Bye-bye.